Yeah, good morning also from my side. My name is Michael Weiß. I am Senior Account Manager Embedded Systems and responsible for all topics around RX, functional safety and embedded security. As a host of this webinar, HyTex is a system house for embedded systems and is a specialist for functional safety and embedded security. We offer tools for the development of embedded systems like the Tasking Compiler and other products from Tasking, tools for static code analysis, debuggers, middleware, and extensive test software for unit tests and integration tests. So have a look at our website where we present our wide range of tools we are offering. On the other hand, our consulting and engineering team advises you in all questions around RX, functional safety and security, and develops hardware and software according to common safety standards from automotive, from industry, medical, agriculture, and much more. Our production services complete our range of products. I would be happy to provide you with more information about our products and services. Please do not hesitate to contact me. And now I wish you an interesting half hour in our webinar. I now hand over to Mohamed Zahir from Tasking. Let's go, Mohamed.
Okay. Thank you, Michael and Wolfgang. Thank you for the kind introduction. So myself, Mohammad Zohair, I am working as a field application engineer for a Tasking. So today in this webinar, I am going to show you how you can convert your Oryx Development Studio project to a Tasking IDE. So this is a small agenda which I am going to cover in the next few minutes. I want to show you what exactly is the Oryx Development Studio and what all the components and features of a ADS and what exactly is the Tasking commercial offerings and how it differs. What is the difference between a TriCore with the Oryx development tools in terms of the properties, in terms of the options, all the things. And at the last, I will show you some important tips so that you can convert your project from an Oryx Development Studio to a Tasking VX toolset. So I am sure, so most of you might be knowing this Oryx Development Studio, which you might have downloaded from an Infineon website. So Oryx Development Studio is a free of charge IDE for a TriCore based Oryx microcontroller family. It includes a Eclipse IDE, C compiler, multi-code debugger, Infineon low-level driver. And this Oryx Development Studio can be used by the user for unlimited time and for unlimited code size. And obviously it supports a Microsoft Windows 10 as a host operating system. And also you might have noticed this point at the Infineon website. You can see the bundled tasking tools such as the compiler and debugger can only be used for a non-commercial purposes. So this is one of the important condition you might have saw in the Infineon website. So these are all some important features of the Oryx Development Studio, where it includes our tasking compiler of version 1.1 R4, and it includes a tasking debugger version 1.1 R7, and those of you who are working with the old version of Oryx Development Studio, you might have not came across this particular feature, tasking pin mapper for a Oryx Development Studio for version 1.1 R6. So this particular feature was included in the latest versions. And apart from that, you have a embedded Infineon driver access, and you have a Infineon low-level drivers also. And I'm sure you might have known about the Infineon low-level drivers. So these drivers are developed along with the hardware development much earlier than the software libraries. So to provide a common software for all the Infineon internal people and for the external customers. So in fact, you have options for a build setting and for a build configuration, and you can also do a custom project creation also. In addition to the features, so there are a lot of other features like a project metadata editor. So metadata editor, which allows you to embed your useful information into your project source code. And in fact, you can also access to a high quality code example from a GitHub Infineon library. And even if you make use of any of the examples, and if you import any of the examples from a GitHub, so directly you have access to the documentation within the IDE. You no need to deviate for a documentation to some other window. You have access to a documentation within the IDE. So these are all the some features you can find in the Oryx Development Studio. And once if you have started creating a project, I'm sure, so you might have saw this. So supported hardware in the Oryx Development Studio. So you have a support for the Oryx first generation as well as for the second generation. And if you are working on any of the specific board also, you can able to select directly the board number. And you can select the board and you can create a project from there. And otherwise, you can select from a list of series which has been described for a Oryx TC2XX series as well as for the Oryx TC3XX series. So these are all the latest device which you can find in the latest Oryx Development Studio. In fact, most of the new devices also been added in this particular list. And I want to mention, so what are the exact difference in terms of a commercial offerings when compared to ADS? And in Oryx Development Studio, so you don't have a support for a MCAL, and I'm sure so most of you already aware of the MCAL. So it is a software module, so that directly access the on-chip peripheral modules and external devices, so that are mapped to memory and makes the upper software layer independent of the microcontroller. And you can't make use of the Oryx Development Studio, and you can make use for only for a non-commercial use only. You can't make use for a commercial purpose. And if you want to make use for a commercial purpose, so you can make use of a tasking so VX toolset. And this particular environment can be used within the Eclipse environment. So you don't have an option to run this in a command line invocation. Sometimes there are situation occurs where you want to run this kind of a compiler in a command line situation invocation, so that it will be easy for you to run on a continuous integration environment. And even if you're doing some kind of a automation testing, so this feature will be of very much helpful to you. But you don't have an option to do that as a command line invocation in the ADS. So you need to make use of an Eclipse environment. And it is based on the tasking Tricore version 6.1 R1 release. And this is not a ASPICE CL2 compliant toolchain development. Whereas if you see a tasking Tricore toolset from version 6.2 or 2 and up, so it is a ASPICE CL2 compliant, which you can make use for your application development up to ASIL-D. And examples included in the GitHub, so it's only for the application kits and the high-tech shield board buddy, and but not for the triboards. And there is no support for the MISRA as well as for a CERT-C. If you are specifically looking for some kind of a static analysis feature, which you want to make use on your application in application development, so this feature will not be supported in the ADS. So if you want MISRA C as well as CERT-C support on that, you can make use of a tasking VX toolset. And if you're specific on a ISO C11 language, so it is not supported. And the debugger, so own debug programs compiled with other compilers other than the embedded one. So these are all the major difference to our commercial offerings when compared to ADS. So if you want to get these kind of features, so you can make use of a tasking VX toolset for a Tricore. And once if you open the Oryx Development Studio, and if you want to get in touch with us, and if you want to get more in detail about a tasking VX toolset for a Tricore, so directly you can get in touch from the Oryx Development Studio help menu, where you can see once if you click on the get full tasking VX toolset for a Tricore, and you will be routed to our tasking website, where you can fill your basic information like a first name, last name, email, phone numbers, company. Just submit it, and our team will get in touch with you to provide you a complete commercial offerings. And since you have been working with the Oryx Development Studio, and if you want to get more in detail about the documentation in terms of a compiler settings, in terms of a linker optimization, and in terms of a output format, all these things, so you can able to make use of the documentation which is available in the particular website. And directly you can visit our resources section on our tasking website, and you have a documentation where you can see how you can make use in order to convert your project from an Oryx Development Studio to a Tasking VX toolset. So this document will give you more in detail so that it will be useful for your application development. So this particular feature was missing in the previous versions, but you can find once if you started making use of a 1.4.2 RX Development Studio version, so you might have came across this tasking pin mapper. So in fact, I will also show you in the demo part how you can make use of it. So this tasking pin mapper for Oryx has been jointly developed with the Infineon team and contains expert knowledge about the dependencies between the peripheral modules as well as the device pins. And by making use of this tasking pin mapper, you can able to configure your device so that you can automatically generate a initialization code for the Oryx family. By making use of this pin mapper, so you can generate a data file for the PCB design, which gives you a chance to eliminate the errors when passing the data manually. And once if you make use of the pin mapper, so you can reduce most of the miscommunication between the individual and the team so that you can create all the project files as a single source. And if you want to import the device initialization code in a, so you can, in fact, we can create a device initialization code in ISOC format, and you can also download a spreadsheet with the CVS file format for a project documentation. And already, if you are making use of a RTM designer, so this particular schematic block, symbol block, so can be imported by a PCB design tool like a RTM designer. So this configuration take place via Eclipse-based GUI. So with a built-in knowledge about the Oryx devices and the packages. So this is a GUI, how it looks like for a tasking pin mapper, where you can see how you can configure for the ports, peripherals, all these things, and how you can select the pad level and about the chip input, all these things you can able to configure. Even if there is a miscommunication, you can able to get it by means of an error or a warning on the bottom of that. So this is just a layout for one of the TC2 7X series. So as I already mentioned, so tasking VX toolset are developed using a ASPICE CL2 compliant process. Okay. And Automotive SPICE is a framework for designing and assessing a software development process. And Automotive SPICE process assessment model contains a set of indicators, so to be considered when interpreting the intent of an Automotive SPICE process reference model. You can see, so these are all the process, so like a project management, software requirement analysis, software design, so till the change request, all these process has been followed and it is fully achieved with the capability level 2. Okay, and if you want to have for a higher ASIL levels, so you can also get our compiler qualification kit, which is included in our tasking compiler qualification, where we'll be providing a safety manual, which will give you more in detail how you can configure the toolchain for your safety related applications. So in fact, we're also providing some recommended use cases and the mitigation strategies for the potential errors. In this compiler qualification kit, so we are also providing the tasking issues portal login, where you can see what are the existing issues, so which is there with our compiler, and what is the mitigation to avoid that. And also we have been putting some kind of a scripts and instruction so that you'll able to see the validation of the tool qualification method. All these things are available in our tasking qualification kit, compiler qualification kit. If you're working on a higher ASIL level, so you can get in touch with us, so that we'll also providing some kind of a teaser document. You will get a more detail about the safety manual on that. And this tasking achieved a best price assessment ever assessed by the auditor or the assessor. And ASPICE conformity is the basis for all the safe related software development. So that's why if you see, so this tasking the VX toolset has been developed with the ASPICE CL2 compliant process. And also in the tasking VX toolset for a tri-core, so we have a tri-core instruction set simulator. So it is a common industry practice to evaluate the functionality and the performance of a new hardware as well as a software by using a development tools. So in order to study the chip behavior. So there are some problems so that can be solved with a simulator, and some jobs that are impossible to do with the simulator. And if you have this kind of a instruction set simulator available, you can able to study the chip behavior. So this is available in the tasking VX toolset for a tri-core. And by making use of this, so you can able to address all these things. So interrupt mechanism, peripheral address mapping. So where if you see about the debug configuration on the Oryx Development Studio, with that of a tasking, you can find this instruction set simulator available with the tasking. In fact, if you want to, if you don't have a hardware in hand ready in order to study the chip behavior for your application development, you can make use of a tasking VX toolset for a tricore. And if you want to see more in detail about the properties in terms of Oryx Development Studio with that of a tasking, you can see there is a huge list available on the tasking where you can see about the optimization part and about the MISRA C, CERT C, all these things. And if you want to study more in detail about the static analysis part, and if you want to comply your source code with that of a MISRA C as well as for the CERT C standard, you can make use of these particular settings. And in fact, if you want to generate some additional format available, and you have an option to do that, like a bin format or a Motorola format, you have an option to do that also. We also have a standalone script debugger available with the tasking. So once one debugger is integrated into the Eclipse environment, and other is a separate program which is a standalone script debugger. Even if you want to make use of that, so it is not a GUI based debugger. And if you're working on some continuous Jenkins environment, continuous integration environment, or if you are doing some kind of automated testing process, then you can make use of this standalone script debugger also. But there are some steps you need to follow. You need to create a script file in the text editor, and you need to test the correctness of the script using the script debugger. And once the script is correct, so you need to run it from a command line. Just a small steps where you can able to follow if you're making use of some kind of automation testing. So this is a small snapshot which I took. So how you can able to run from a command line. Okay, directly you can make use of a AMK command, and you can able to run your application development. In fact, you can also able to run as a single file or for a complete project. Even if there is a project reference for your particular project, you can able to run this from a command line. So these are small steps, so which I just make a note so that it will be easy for you in order to convert your project to from ADS to a tasking. So these are all the steps you need to follow in a tasking environment. You need to create a new project, and you need to select your device. Then you need to disable the startup code. Why? Because you are trying to make use of the project from ADS, and you are trying to import your tasking IDE. So these are some basic settings you need to follow so that it should not throw any kind of error. And you need to copy all the source files available with the ADS project folder into a tasking Eclipse project folder. And you can make use of the same script file, the linker script file available with the ADS to a tasking. And no need to include the SFR file also. So you can uncheck that option in the tasking. In fact, I will show you in the demo part and how you can do that. And you can disable the optimization. And you can also set a threshold value as a 0 so that it will allot a data in the near memory. So you can do that one under the setting C++ compiler under the allocation part. And at the last, so just you need to include the path available from the ADS to a tasking Eclipse project folder. So that's the step you need to follow. After that, you can start compiling, and you can able to convert your project from a ADS to a tasking Eclipse IDE. I will show you now so how you can convert your project from a ADS to a tasking environment. So what I will do now, first I will try to open an Oryx Development Studio, which is the latest version 1.4.2. Then the same project, what I will do now, I will try to convert the same project, which I can able to compile in Oryx Development Studio to a tasking VX toolset under the latest version of that. Okay, then I will move on to the demo part. So hope you can able to see my Oryx Development Studio, right, Wolfgang? Can you see the Oryx Development Studio? Michael?
Yes, this is
Yes, we
Wolfgang.
can see.
Yes, everything fine.
Okay, perfect. So this is the latest version. So RX 1.4.2 workspace, where you can see. So for example, in order to create a new project, and before that, if you want to see, so what I had shown in the slide, in order to get full tasking VX toolset for a tricore, you can just click on this one. Directly, it will take you to the website where you can able to fill the complete information, and you can able to get that. And under the help part, and you can see about the Oryx Development Studio and about the installation details, all these things you can able to find out. And in order to create a new project under the Oryx Development Studio, just you can go to File, New, and you can create a new Oryx project, and you can give as a name just webinar, just give next. And this was a part I was showing in the slide. What are the device you can able to select in the Oryx Development Studio, and if you are making use of a board, directly you can able to select from that board list also. So this option is available, and under that you have an option. So IFX low level drivers, in order to have a full set of low level drivers, or you want to have a reduced set, you also have an option to select that. And once if you select any kind of a device, then you can see you can able to finish that. What I will do now, I will also show you how you can import a project which is available from a GitHub library from Infineon. You can see once if you click on an import, and if you go to Oryx Development Studio project, and if I click on next, then you can see a huge list available. From that you can able to see, and you can take this example as a reference for your application development also. You have a ADC, for you have a Blinky examples, you have for a DMA, for a GTM, for a memory access, for a multi-core, all these things you can able to find out. So what I will do now, I'll just try to input one example, just if you see, and if I give on a finish part. So directly you can see, so this project has been set as an active, and under that you can able to see, since this is based on TC297, and you have a complete access to the project documentation. You no need to have a separate documentation window. All these things you can able to list out in the Oryx Development Studio ID. You have a user manual, you have a data sheet, all these things. In fact, you have a how to create a new project. It will also open a new PDF, and how you can import a Oryx project, you can also select from here. And list, and you have you can also select from here. Have a complete, in order to have more documentation. So what I will do now, since already I had imported a Blinky LED project, which I have connected to my Hitex Shield Buddy board, I will just make this one as an active project, which I had also imported from a same import option, and I had make use of this Blinky example, which you can see from here. So these are one which I had make use of that. So these are particular example which I had imported into a. And if you right click on the project, if you right click on your project, you can see, so there is a edit project metadata function, which I explained in the slide, where you can see you can write a description. So this metadata function, which allows you to embed your useful information into your project source code, all these things you can able to find out. And the same way, in order to have a documentation, you can open that one. And under the properties, you can able to see, directly go to the settings options, and you can able to see a complete list of that. So based on your project selection, you can able to see the pre-processing, include paths, language, debugging, all these things you can able to see that. And what I will do now, I will try to build these projects. I'm just building this project, and if you want to clean the project, and you can do that clean project, then you can build the project. So then you'll have a complete information. So once if you started building the project for the first time, you'll have a complete information about that. Okay. Now, if you go to that, so you have a debug configuration. Directly, you can go here. You can see, so it has been selected. So if I want to debug, so it is going to flash the ELF file into my TC27X. And if I go to switch option, then you can see it has been entered into debugging mode. And if I click on the resume option, then I can see the blinking of LED on this high-tech shield buddy board. So by this way, you can able to create a new project. You can able to import a project in Oryx Development Studio. And on the top right corner, you can see, so there is a small symbol about on the chip kind of thing. You can able to see that. And you can see, so your package view is not available. In order to get into that, just you can go here and you can go new and you can open a pin mapper document. And this is already available. What I will do now, I'll just give as a one part. You can see there's a pin mapper document. Just if you give next, you can see it is loading the pin file. So you can have a complete layout for the package. For example, if you want to select any of these things, and if I want to give this one, and if I give a symbol name as a GTM something, and if I select from this particular thing GTM, then you can see before that it's showing as a dangling connection here. Just if I select on this part, then it will, you can see on the right hand side it is highlighted with a green color. There is no dangling connection kind of thing. Now the connection has been routed properly. And the same way for the peripherals part, directly you can see it has been enabled here. Since I have been routed as an input pin, you can see this has been checked here. And if you want to configure any of your CAN peripherals, directly you can go here and you can select from here and you can select any of these things. Then you can select. So by this way, you can able to select a complete list here. Okay, you can able to see that. And if you want to get more in detail, just click on here. So by this way, you can able to do that. And you have other pins also available. And if you want to get more in detail about other pins of your particular device, you can configure from here and you can configure whatever you want. And you can configure ADC part, all these things you can able to configure. And in that you can see, so there is a generate code as well as once if you click on the generate code, automatically it will generate a code. I'll show you, and you can generate a CSV file. So by this way, you can able to configure your pins by means of the Oryx, so tasking pin mapper tool for this Oryx family. And if you want to see more in detail about that, I will go here under the Oryx 1.4.2 and under the libraries, you can see on this particular time, 24/6/2021 at my IST, it is showing this. And if you want to open this one, and you can see so it has been generated for my small configuration. And the same way, if you want to see the CSV, the Excel sheet of that, then you can also open. Then you can see the complete details about the pins. So by this way, you can able to generate a code and you can able to get a spreadsheet with a CSV format. So what I will do now, I will try to import this project in a tasking VX toolset. So I will just try to copy the complete folder. Just I will omit the debug folder. I'm just going to copy. I will remove this debug folder alone. Then I had opened this tasking VX toolset for a TriCore, which is the latest version. So version 6.3R1. I will create a new project now. Then I'll go to a tasking TriCore C++ project. Then I'll give the same name, webinar test. I'll create an empty project. Then you can see, then I will select, since I have been connected with the High-Tech's Shieldbot buddy, I'll select this part. I no need to have a startup files. Then I'll give next. You can see, so it has been selected. Just I will reduce the clock speed to 1 megahertz, and I'll give a finish part now. And you can see the webinar test, the project has been created. And if I want to check on the particular folder on the tasking VX 6.3R1, under the webinar test, what I will do now, I will try to copy the project folder which I had copied from ADS to a tasking VX toolset. Okay, just I will copy again. Then I'll go here and 6.3, then webinar test. Yeah, it has been copied now. Okay, then I will go to the properties section. Then you can see the property section, global options. I'll enable this one since I want to have a full information. Then I'll click on this pre-processing part. I don't want to include this SFR file. And I'll select this defined symbol. And I want to include the path from a ADS to a tasking. What I already have the path copied of the ADS, I will try to copy it in the tasking environment. Then I'll allocate this one to a 0. An option I'll select as a none. Then I need to select the linker script file as a same one. Then I'll give OK. Then I'll refresh this particular project which I had copied. And you can see now. And I don't want this particular file, it's already there. Then I'll delete this part. Then I'll try to build the project. So just as a small step, whatever the steps which I had shown you in the slide part, that step I had followed here in the tasking VX toolset for a tri-core. And I had started building the project. You can see it has been finished with the ELF file. And you can see once if I go to the debug configuration and under the webinar test, you can see, so you have an instruction set simulator, but I want to flash it to my microcontroller, which I will do it now as a debug part. You can see it is entered into a debug mode. And now you can see the initially the core it is showing as a suspended one. Once if I started resuming, then you can see it has been running and I can able to see the blinking of LED on my High-Tech Shield Buddy board. So by this way, you can follow these particular steps in order to move the project from ADS to a tasking VX toolset for a tri-core. And I'll move on to the slide part now. So by this way, you can able to make use of that, how you can convert the project from ADS to a tasking VX toolset. So you can see, so this is the initialization of the LED. So LED is initialized with the function. So IFX port underscore set pin mode from the LED IFX port.h. And the toggling of the LED, the state of the LED is toggled with the function from this one, and the state is held during 1 second with the function. All these things has been listed here. So by this way, you can able to convert your project from a ADS to a tasking VX toolset completely. And before I wrap up, so I just want to highlight some of our other products which you can see from this slide. We are not only have a compiler, we have additional tools also. So as you know that our compiler is a ASPICE CL2 certified compiler, which you can make use for your safety related application up to a SILD, which includes a linker, compiler, debugger, all these things. And for a hardware configuration, so we have a pin mapper, which I shown you, which is also integrated in the Oryx Development Studio. And also we have a tasking optimization tools, which is an embedded profiler, where you can able to see how you can improve the performance bottleneck and how you can optimize your source code. So by means of an embedded profiler, you can able to do a performance analysis, memory analysis, and in fact, you can also do a function analysis. By means of this multi-core performance tool, you can able to analyze your core load analysis. In fact, you can also able to analyze your AUTOS analysis. If you are working on a heavy math applications or an ADAS application, you can make use of a LAPACK performance libraries. And also we have a qualified libraries available. And if you're looking for any of your qualified libraries, then you can also get in touch with us. And I'm sure you might have also came across our safety checker tool in order to ensure the freedom from interference between different ASIL levels with the software component. You can make use of our safety checker tool. And also we have an inspector tool which we had launched recently in order to reduce your manual code inspection. For example, in order to see whether your code is infected with any kind of a SIL issues, so safety integrity level issues, and you want to avoid your manual code inspection, at that time, this tool will be very much helpful to you. If you're working on any of your ChemCal version, and if you want to see what all the existing compiler issues for that particular version, you can make use of our tasking inspector tool. As I already mentioned in the slide about our compiler qualification kit, so in this compiler qualification kit, so we are providing a tasking safety manual where you can see how you can configure the tool chain for your safety related application. And we are also providing a tasking issues portal login. And also we are providing a scripts and instruction for the validation of the software tool qualification method. And in fact, if you need any kind of evaluation for all these particular products, you can get in touch with the Hitex, and you can also get in touch with the tasking. And in order not to miss any kind of news from tasking, you can keep following us on our LinkedIn, where our marketing is very active. In fact, the Hitex marketing is so also sending more useful information about the tasking products on the LinkedIn page. And if you want to get more information about our tasking products, you can get in touch with tasking as well as for a Hitex. Even you need any kind of evaluation for the products which I had shown, and even you need commercial offerings for this and for the project which you want to convert from ADS to a tasking, you can get in touch with us. So that's it from my side. And if you, as Wolfgang has mentioned, if you have any queries, so we will come back to you via email. Thank you very much. Thank you.